Wow, good morning. You are welcome to Oyakhilome Mystical Part and Spiritual Fantasy. Today I'll be discussing with you awakening the hidden realms of higher dimension. Awakening the hidden realms of higher dimension. And I'll be breaking it into 6 quality parts for you. It will be a long video at about maybe 25 minutes thereabout. So today it is important. Everyone wants to connect to God, but a lot of persons lack the understanding of the means to connect to God. But today in this teaching, you will be given the guide, the instruction to awake you and bring out the hidden realms and higher dimension within. Today, you are welcome once more to Oyakhilome Mystical Paths and Spiritual Fantasy. God bless your soul and your spirit. Many people live in their entire life seeing only the surface of reality. They wake up every day, they go to work, go to sleep, keep repeating circuit pattern. And they have never realized the hidden realm and spiritual power within and around them. But I must tell you, sometimes you felt it, you felt that there's power beyond your knowledge. In today's teaching, take your time, you will understand, look around you, you will feel the powers of divine dimension within. Now, it is important that quiet people experience higher spiritual growth than people who are loud and noise making. Hallelujah. There's no that is more greater than you in this area of spiritual mysticism. Everyone is equal. What matters is building your spiritual path. Mystical pathways are not paved roads. They are opening of perceptions when your spirit begins to awake. Your spirit begins to awake. Your sense that every moment carries layers of meaning. Every moment in your life carries layers of meaning. The trees you passes on the street communicates to you. The silence before prayers communicates to you. The sudden peace you feel in solitude communicates to you. These are glimpses of higher dimension. Begin to recognize them in your day-to-day life. To walk this mystical path, you don't need to escape this world. You need to see it differently and increase your level of spiritual meditations, prayers, fasting, and solitude unto God. These are the key that open the doors for you. So you must learn to recognize these things. Life is in 2 dimensions. Every Christian mystics know this. Life is in 2 dimensions. It is multi-layered. And those who are awake will never see the world again in the same form. Now let's look at this. The secret of light and darkness. A journey through spiritual fantasy world. The secret of light and darkness. I take this quote. Every story ever told, whether in fantasy or spiritual tradition, has the theme, the struggle between light and darkness, the struggle between good and bad, the struggle between positive and negative, the struggle between light and darkness. But why? Because it reflects a truth that lives inside us, all of us. There are 2 struggles, the loud voice within and the soft voice without. Light is clarity. Light is clarity. Light is peace. Light is love. Darkness, on the other hand, is confusion, is fear, is temptation, retrogression, resentment. But here is the secret. Darkness is not just an enemy. It is important to know that darkness is not just an enemy. It is a mirror that tests your strength. It reveals what is hidden, and sometimes it shows you where your light truly shines. Now, without darkness, sometimes you may not understand the level of your strength. In spiritual fantasy world, these forces are kingdoms battling in eternal world. In our reality, they are choices we make daily. If your choices are positive, your internal reality is light. But if your choices are negative, automatically your internal reality is what? Negative. We'll speak truth always because our inner spirit reality is truth. So it is important to know this. Don't be afraid of darkness. Every Christian mystic should know this. We should recognize darkness. Darkness is not the absence of light alone. Darkness is not the absence of light. Recognize it and face it. Use it to converse where your light can paint it brighter. The truth is, every spiritual warrior is not one who avoids darkness, but the one who learns to carry light within. Are you carrying light within today? It is important to know. Now let's see in this mystical teaching, unlocking ancient mysteries, a pathway of soul and spiritual realm. We are still dealing on awakening the hidden realms and higher dimensions. Now, for centuries, humanity has asked, what is soul? And I'm asking you now, what is soul? Where does it come from? Was it from God, creation, or was it from scientific manipulations? And where does it go at the end of our journey in here? The ancient mystics, prophets, and seers believe that life is a pilgrimage. So I want to leave that with you, that life is a pilgrimage, a soul journey through multiple realms of experience. These ancient mysteries are hidden, not because they are far away, but because they are within. The soul is an eternal being. It remembers things the mind has forgotten. In your deepest longing, in your deja vu's moments, in your dreams, your touching edge of the mystery, your soul is completely what? Active. Unlocking them still study, courage, stillness, because the soul speaks in whisper, slow voice. It is important to know that the soul speaks in whisper. Now let's look at what I call the mystical portal of powers, entering the fantasies of world of the spirit. Now, the spirit here is the Spirit of God. Imagine standing before a door that leads into another door or another world. This is what mystic calls portal, moments or experience that open into deeper spiritual reality. In fantasy stories, portals look like mirrors, stairways, or gates, more or less like a mirage. In real life, they can be moments of sudden clarity, powerful dreams, revelation, divine encounter with the Creator, even painful transactions. A crisis can be a portal. Failure can be a portal. Death of loved ones can be a portal, because it forces you to see beyond your thoughts and imagination. Every portal today demands faith. If you step through, your life will never be the same. Think of Moses at the burning bush. It was a portal for him for everlasting recognition. Think of Joseph wrestling with the angels. That was a portal. Think of that problem you are sharing today that is disturbing you. It could be your portal to divine fantasy. The question is, will you recognize the portal when there appears in your life? A lot of us, several doors have been opened, but we fail to recognize them because of our past, because we are so disturbed. It is important to understand. Most people walk past their portal because they expect them to look familiar, spectacular. They never knew this is their portal. So it requires spiritual high level of sensitivity to understand your portal, to understand your doors of divine powers. Now, I've told you also in one of our teaching in Oyakhilome, there's what we call the alchemy of dreams, the mystical pathway to spiritual imaginations, the spiritual pathway to spiritual what? Imagination. It is also very, very what? Important for us to know these simple truths. Dreams are the hidden language of the soul. When your body sleeps, your spirit is awake. Through dreams, the invisible speaks. Through dreams, communications are made. Some dreams are symbols, others are warning. Some are inevitable into higher truths. Very important. The ancient practice of Oyakhilome of dreams, transforming vision of the night into guiding light of the day. Transforming the vision of the night into guiding light of the day. Joseph interpreted Pharaoh's dreams and his life changed completely. Daniel's dream of the kingdom and saw the future. The future was clear to him. Even today, people dreams of things that later unfold in life. I do dreams and it unfolds in several occasions in life. It is important for you to start building your spiritual dimension to be able to unlock these powers of alchemic dreams. The key is not to dismiss your dream. Write them down. It is very important for you to always write your dreams down. Write them down, reflect on them. There is no specific interpretation of dream. A lot of people today have written books on dreams interpretation. For example, when you find yourself eating in a dream, they will tell you are eating demonic food. No, it is not always about the dark part of life. It does not really mean so. It could mean that God is making provision for you that you will eat in surplus and in excess. Sometimes it could be a symbol, sometimes example of what we appear or to be. Now listen, the Oyakhilome is this. When you combine your dreams with discernment, they become more for transformation. Your night becomes teacher. Your imagination becomes a bridge to divine success. It is important. Take note. Your nights become your teacher. Your imagination becomes a bridge to divine success. I will be rounding up this today with this. Your higher dimension depends on your level of concentration. Now listen, before I round up, let me tell you, walking with the Spirit the mystical guide, and the spiritual pathway to eternity. No traveler walks alone. No traveler walks alone in the mystical realm. In the mystical journey, there are guides, spirits, angels, ancestors, divine presence that walks with us. The Bible says that his angels will have charge over us. Some we feel, some we see, some we hear, some we sense, and some we will be quiet within. But there is a truth, and here is the truth. Not every spirit is your friend. Not every spirit is your friend. Some will lead you to confusion, others to clarity, others to discernment, others to achieve purpose. The true guide always guides you towards light, peace, wisdom, and freedom. So know your angel. It is important to identify your angel within. But what is more important is at every stage of your life, we travel with the Spirit. Have you ever felt protected in a dangerous moment? Inspired a sense of despair? Comforted in an impossible light or night? There is a guidance that is giving you that word information. Walking with the Spirit is not superstitious. It is biblical. One with God is majority. It is biblical. It is all about understanding your place with your Creator. You are part of a vast spiritual family. Yes, as a Christian mystic, you are part of a vast spiritual family. And when you walk with discernment, you realize eternity is not destination. It is a pathway you are already walking, surrounded by witnesses who share you up on daily basis. Lastly, the celestial kingdom, exploring the fantasies of heaven. The celestial kingdom. What are the celestial kingdom? What are the celestial kingdom? Now, if I may ask you, a lot of persons want to go to heaven. Heaven is often described in poetry and fantasy. Streets of gold, shining gate, endless light. But even those images are only shadow of the reality to vast of the world. The celestial kingdom are realms of beauty, wisdom, and love. Some traditions describe multiple heavens, layers of the glory of God, where angels dwell, where soul rests, and where divine mysteries are unfolded. But the pathway to this kingdom does not begin after death. The pathway to the celestial glory does not begin after death. It begins now. Every act of kindness is a step on the pathway to celestial glory. Every prayers, every choice of truth, every moment of surrender to love, these are roads that lead us to celestial glory. So it is important for us to know that heaven is not above you, it is within you. The celestial kingdom is not a fantasy land. It is the destiny of the soul and the present reality of those who walk in light. To walk in this pathway is to live with eternity in your heart. Thank you for your time. Thank you for listening. If this message has stirred something within you, don't let it fade. Share your thoughts in the comment section. I would love to hear your experience as a Christian mystic on your spiritual journey. And if you are hungry for more wisdom and mystical pathway and spiritual reality and fantasy, make sure you subscribe to this channel and stay connected. Remember, the journey never ends. It only gets deeper. Shalom. Bless your soul. Oyakhilome RXL.